Hello people, welcome, we're live. It's me, Phil, but it's also Steve today, so let's get Steve on as well. Oh, he's not showing up. Isn't that a shame? It just says Skype guest when I click on Skype. It looks like it might not be Steve because I've never seen that before. So I'm just going to check a couple of little settings here and see if there's anything I can do while we're actually on the air to get Steve involved. But I think Steve might be having an early day today. So lucky you, Steve. I can see him, I can hear him, but for some reason it's not letting me put him on the screen. One more try before I give up. No, mate, you got an early night. You head off. You head off and do your thing. No idea, but I'm not going to fix it while we're live. See you later, mate. Bye. All right then. So, oh, what a shame. He was looking forward to that as well. So it's just me, people. Welcome everyone. It's our regular Thursday live Q&A with me, Phil. And the reason we are very excited today, and the reason I had Steve on, is that we've actually got a premiere in an hour's time. We're premiering a full lesson from our house mixing mastery course that just launched today publicly. So we were really excited about that. Steve was going to talk a bit about it, but Steve is actually the tutor of that lesson. But I'll tell you about it anyway. So there's no need for Steve to be here other than he wanted to be. So sorry, mate. But anyway, the whole point of this today is about you. It's about helping you with your DJing issues, with your music, your libraries, your gear, your techniques, how to get gigs. Not that there's that many of those around at the moment. How to promote yourself, how to live stream, whatever it is. I'm here to help you. And I also want to share with you our amazing new headphones, which are on this picture here. If I just zoom out from this picture, there you go. What do you think of those, eh? It's those new Pioneer headphones. How they match our brand. What do you think of that, folks? Let me know in the comments. I think they look awesome. They're Pioneer's cheap but nice new headphones, and I've pimped them up with bright pink earmuffs. Nice, nasty. You think it's cool the way they match our book all over the top? Do let me know. I'd be interested in your thoughts on that one. All right then. So as I say, this is all about you. If you're interested in that course I just spoke about, you can find out more about it there. House Mixing Mastery. It's really done excellently on private release to our audience, and it's now public with a nice healthy saving if you buy now. So go and have a look, djtips.co/house. Anyway, it's all about you and it's all about questions. Turn your microphone volume up, says someone. Thank you very much for that. Let's get that done now. As you can tell, we've a little bit today to get everything done. Well, it is a launch day for a course, so we have been pretty busy. Don't worry, the microphone's going to get louder any second now. I've just got to get to the microphone input and turn the damn thing up. There it is. There we go. Is that nice and loud? I bet it is. All right then. So troubleshooting and teething problems over. Let's get on with it. And I want questions. So get your questions in the box underneath if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Twitch. I can see the questions there that you are asking. So I will read them out and put them on the screen directly from there. But if you don't have, if you're on Mixcloud, for instance, I can't do that. Just ask your question anyway, and I'll keep an eye. I've got Mixcloud open on another little window. We're actually on YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, Mixcloud, and Twitch today. So we're in all kinds of places. Thanks for everyone pointing out the fact that the audio was very, very quiet. All right then, Steve says he's going to haunt me in the comments. Because he can't actually be here in person, so to speak. Hello to Al. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Mr. Phil. I know you'll be there giving some good advice as usual. And nice to see so many of our regulars, by the way. I always try and shout out one or two of you. Lady Beats, Davey B. It's Ruben, Scott. Nice to have you here, Jason. As ever, always good to see you around. Hello to Jamie and DJ PJ1. Deepak, says, hi, I'm wondering if you can help. I'm using DVS1. My decks tend to stop and start and drags, and they don't play right. Then okay. So you're using the little DVS box from Den and DJ, I think. This little one here, right? The DVS one. The problems are probably, and Jason's here from Den and DJ. Maybe you can help, Jason. Problem with DVS one, the decks are sort of starting and stopping, and the sound is like dragging. So it's probably due to the setup of your turntables. If you're using turntables, check in your software that the circle, the DVS circle, is nice and clear. Because if it's not, there's a problem with that. It could be the cables. You could have a cabling issue, and it could be that for some reason you are not getting enough power to your DVS1. This is powered via USB. There's no way of plugging a power cable into it. If you're in a hub, if you're in a USB hub, just try plugging it in straight into the computer. It could just help. For those of you wondering what the hell we're talking about, this converts turntables to work with Serato. You plug your turntables in the back, you plug the other end into the back of your mixer, and you plug Serato in here right to the computer, and it lets you basically DJ with Serato using real turntables. It's really cool, but it does take a bit of troubleshooting sometimes. So Deepak, I hope that will help you. Do let us know how you get on with that. Tractor Freak says, I just ordered some of those Pioneer HDJ Q1s. I'm hoping they're going to be loud enough for use at home. Oh yeah, they'll certainly be loud enough for use at home. We're talking about these headphones here now, people. And they've got the same drivers in as the more expensive HX5s. And they're a very nice headphone. I really like them. Thought they were great value for money. You're very welcome, Deepak. We're here to help. Adam says, it's weird. I was going to ask you about headphones. I've been DJing for years, but I've never had a decent pair. Also, I'm just about to get into production. I need a suggestion for a good choice of headphones and speakers for home use. Nothing spectacular, just something solid. Trying to keep it cheap. Right, if you're wanting to produce, don't use headphones like this. These are made for DJing. If you're wanting to produce, I wouldn't go for that. Try and go for something a bit flatter. I can't, off the top of my head, recommend a cheap production headphone to you because my specialism is here in DJ gear. I can, however, recommend production speakers to you. And to do that, I'm just going to off camera run away to the decks, come back, and I've brought a speaker back with me. So these little speakers here are made by a company called IK Multimedia. These are called iLoud. Now they're not the cheapest speakers in the world, but they are brilliant for production. They're small. You get one that you plug your input into, and it's got the volume control on the back, and then one lead goes off to the other one. So they're nice and easy to set up. Obviously, they're going to be good for a desktop if you want to keep it nice and compact. But we love them. We've been using those here for quite a long time at Digital DJ Tips as our monitor speakers, and we're like, they're a lot better than they look. And it was really interesting. I was chatting to Laidback Luke last week. He's producing on those things. So certainly as a bit of speaker advice, these little iLouds are absolutely brilliant. They punch well above their station. So have a look at those. And headphones, if anyone can recommend reasonably cheap production headphones, I'd really like you to. And I will share that with... sorry, I forget who asked that now. I will share that with you. It was Adam. All right then, so this is good. We're off and going now. I'm only here till 5:30, and there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you that at the end today. Not going to be hanging around any longer today. Zamir says, it's the first time I've ever caught you live. I'm always watching the recordings. Well, there you go, Zamir. DJ99, any good cheap webcams you'd recommend for live streams? You can't go wrong with the Logitech C920 or the C922. They're both really, really good, and they're really cheap if you can find them, actually, because on lockdown they all sold out. They're probably back now. God's Time says, where can I ask a question? Well, where you asked that question, God's Time, is where you can ask a question. Type it in the comments. We're seeing them all here. Is there a program that automatically arranges your music in folders on your external hard drive? No. And why would you want to do that? I mean, iTunes does that. iTunes, if you tell it to, will put your music into artists and albums and stuff. But there's no reason to do it. Do it in your DJ software. Do it in software. Don't do it in an actual folder structure. There's no good reason for doing that. Just keep it all in one folder. Much easier to back up, and you can do all your organising elsewhere. Tiffany Hayfield, do you know how to change the layout of the cue point grid in Serato on a Windows laptop, as the pictures in Serato show a vertical grid? Do you mean a cue point grid, or do you mean the waveform grids? The cue points, you can change whether they show in 8s, or you can change whether they're shown as a list, and you do that in the preferences. You just there's a little thing in preferences that says show cues as pads or show cues as grid or something. Turn that off. And if it's the waveforms, then it's top right. You can change the layout there. What's the best software for DJing? You can't go wrong with Serato, Recordbox, Traktor, Virtual DJ. They're all slightly different. Head over to Digital DJ Tips and just Google best DJ software. There's loads of articles we've written there to help you dive further into that. Alan says, I've ordered an XDJ XZ or XZ. How are Pioneer with production at the moment? Well, they're launching new stuff, so I would expect that they are doing all right in production at the moment, but I don't have any inside knowledge on that. Jason says, what do I need to do to download the software for the Denon DJ Prime 4? Head to the denondj.com website. Make sure you're registered as a user, and you can download all the software there, the engine software and everything else from there. Andy says, what's the best record pool for house? All types of house. I've tried BPM Supreme. It's been pretty good, but missing a fair bit. Try Zip DJ. They've got a lot of house, a lot more than most people. So Zip DJ would be my recommendation there. Antonis says, pink headphones for my daughter, blue headphones for me. If you've just joined us, we're talking about these headphones here, which I've picked up, as you can see, to match the Digital DJ Tips book headphones. Yeah, you see what I did there? Yes, maybe pink for a girl and blue for a boy, or is that a bit old-fashioned nowadays? I don't know. I'm a middle-aged man. I wouldn't know these things. You woke people can share that with me, maybe. But look, we got the blue ones as well. Hey! So I could do one of each if I wanted. Indeed. So much fun. So thank you for sharing that, Antonis. What's the best way to plug in 2 speakers on the DDJ 400? One into the left terminal on the back and one into the right terminal on the back. Maybe tell us a bit more, FB London, about that, because I don't really understand. It's built to plug 2 speakers in. There's 2 outputs. Hi Phil, says Matthew. Thoughts on getting the levels right when mixing in a new track, especially when you have to drop it straight in? Yes, so getting the levels right when mixing in a new track. Let's go over to here. Really simple. Let's get the overhead camera working. There we go. Really simple. These controls are your friends, the trims or the gains. Because the trims or the gains, why I'm suddenly round the wrong side of the desk, I could never tell you. Do you ever DJ that way? No, you do not. These controls here, the trims and the gains, or they're going to be called trim, gain or level. The idea of these controls is that you can see on your channel levels how loud the playing song is, and then the incoming song, before you mix it in, you adjust its trim level so they match, so that the levels match. And that means that when you slam it in, it's going to be the same or thereabouts the same volume. That's what these volume controls are for. So use your trim controls and use the VU meters to see how close you are. And that's the best way of doing it when you're going to be slamming tracks in. So back to me. Here I am. Do you recommend subscribing to the Algorithm DJ app for my iPad, says DJ Ladybeats? Well, it depends if you're going to use it. It's a great app. It's not massively expensive. So if you think you're going to use it, then yeah, for sure, subscribe to it. It's a good piece of DJ software. Hi Phil, says DJ PJ1. I'm going to rush today, people, and I'm unapologetically going to rush because I've got to shoot off at 5:30 my time, bottom of the hour basically, wherever you are. So I'm going to rush. DJ P1, I'm considering buying a live mixer and I found the Behringer Xenix Q502 USB. Wondering if you've used it before or have any comments on it. I think it'll be absolutely fine, DJ PJ1. It's a good little live mixer and they don't need to do an awful lot, you know, to do their job, and it's got USB on it as well, which is massively useful. So have a look at that. You know, go for it. I'd say go for it. The next question is from Jimmy, who says, if you take out a vocal in Neural Mix on a Mac, do you have to take the vocal out for the whole song, or can I insert it back into places before rendering? It's a really good question, and the truth is, no, you can't. You could on the DJ software, but you can't on the Mac version. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about here, Algorithm has just released a piece of software called Neural Mix Pro, and it's a standalone piece of software that lets you put any track in and separate it into vocals, instruments and drums, and then output the results as standalone files. It's really, really cool. We've just done a video on Digital DJ Tips about it, so go and head to our YouTube channel and have a look if you're interested on that. It's the first time that they have done that on a laptop computer or a desktop computer, because the only other software they've done that in is DJ Pro AI, which is on iOS. So quite a useful little launch. They launched that about an hour ago, and we've already got our video done because we're good like that. We've got your back. Pete is saying it probably is a cable issue on your DVS, not giving a good strong signal. So thanks for sharing that, Pete. Queso says, when I live stream on OBS, the audio tends to have a small glitch. I'm using a 2012 MacBook Pro. Is there any way to try to prevent it, or would I need a new computer? It's quite possibly your computer. It does happen. It happened to me last weekend actually on my live stream, and that's a brand new computer. It does happen, but it's going to be a computer overload issue for sure. There. Try downsizing the size of the video, and that might just fix your audio as well. Extender Mix is loving the colour of those headphones. Yeah, we're loving the colour of those headphones as well. They're the new Pioneer HDJ CUE1, CUE1. So Rob says, Phil, your tip the other week was really good regarding sorting your tunes into warm-up, main set and cool-down. I did a gig last week with genres. It was a ball ache. Well, there you go then. You can do that as well, you know. You can have genres and you can tag your tunes into warm-up, main set and cool-down. And then you can be really clever with your playlists and organise warm-up tunes that are in a certain genre, for instance. So think about that one. Logitech C720 or C920 are excellent. Rob is helping out there on the webcam question. Keep the questions coming, by the way. And one thing, the only thing I ask you to do, if you're enjoying this, just hit that share button. It really helps us to do this if you share. And if you want to see this live and you've missed it and you're watching the replay, then hit follow or hit subscribe and hit show pages first on Facebook or notifications over on YouTube, and then you'll be told when we go live. It's much more fun live. You can see me getting the microphone wrong and not being able to get my guests in and stuff in real time. So DJ Shellshock, I'm really interested in removing the computer from my DVS system. Is there a 4-channel solution that's standalone? I'd really like to have 2 turntables and 2 digital media players where I can select and load all decks without the computer. Does this exist? No, it doesn't exist. The closest you're going to get is Denon DJ's SC5000 or SC6000M players, which have got vinyl on them. They spin, they're motorized, and the whole system is oh no, of course you're not. No, because that also needs a computer. So I'm getting confused with they don't have a motorized version yet of their full prime gear. Yes, they do. Sorry, I'm just confusing my Denon DJ gear. Yeah, so that's the best way. SC6000M is motorized. All your music on USB, the whole thing standalone, and you've got that. It's not DVS, but it might as well be because you've got a motorized platter. So I had a bit of a brain bypass then going on. So good advice on headphones coming in. Jamie, if you're trying to produce, use Sony MDR 7506. They're flat from 10 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and they're just $100. What a great recommendation. Thank you very much for that, Jamie. So for the person asking about headphones, there you go. It was Adam, wasn't it? Adam is in fact thanking Jamie over on Facebook. How nice of him. Martin says, I'm thinking of getting the Newmark NDX 5000. Would you say they're good to use? Yeah, they're really cool. So for those of you that don't know this, it's a very small media player, and it's they sell very well in some parts of the world, and they're very solid. They're very good value. Yes, I've got no qualms about recommending the NDX 500s. They're great. Carlos says, good day to you, Phil. I love your shows. My question is, do you know where I can order a Lollipop headphone? I used to have one years ago, but I lost it. These are the headphones that you hold in one hand and hold onto your ear, like some of the old-time house DJs, Frankie Knuckles and so on, used to use them. There were a couple of companies doing them in Germany. There's a company called, oh God, their name escapes me now. I reviewed it once. Years and years ago, but I can't remember the name of them. So no, I don't know. You'll have to work out. If anyone knows where to get a Lollipop headphone, then help Carlos out. He's over there on our YouTube channel. Simon says, I'm looking for a Denon DJ MC4000, but they seem to be discontinued. Could you recommend something similar? Depends what you want it for. You know, the smaller Pioneer controllers are pretty good. So it would be for Serato. You might be able to pick up a Pioneer DDJ SR, which is a great smaller Serato controller. Just thinking of what else might work in that kind of bracket. One controller I do really rate. Let me just go and grab it for you. Just trying to find it, folks. It's not in its normal place. Where's it gone? Da, 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 da. And I'm having to shout because the microphone is miles away. Where's it gone? Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. I took it home to do a live stream on. It's the Roland, the little Roland DJ707M. It's a great mobile DJ controller. It's small. It's got 4 channels. It's got 2 mic channels. Lots and lots of stuff that mobile DJs would like. And I think you might like that. I love the MC4000. It's what I actually have in my home here. When I want to go DJing locally, I just take it out because it's a nice small controller. Alex says headphones HD25s are simply the best and easy to get and fix and get spares for, but maybe not so good for producing. I'm not sure, but I would say because they're on ear and they're maybe not quite so good for producing. You maybe want something bigger to kind of cover your ear there, but I don't know that for sure. I've never thought about using the HD25 for producing. Always had it as a great headphone for DJing, of course, it originally came from another kind of producer. TV producers and cameramen and people like that used to use the HD25s many decades ago now. Okay, Lachlan says, I've got a DDJ 400 and a speaker with a connection that plugs into the mic section. Is that likely to work? No, you need to get a converter to convert from the RCAs on the back of the controller. I mean, I've got the 400 here. Your speakers have to plug in here, my friend. So if your speakers have got I haven't got one close, the microphone type connectors, just get a converter. You can buy converters for a couple of dollars on Amazon to convert from these to those, and that should plug in fine. But I'm interested to know what kind of speaker you've got. That's the only input. I guess you've probably got some quite nice monitor speakers. Just get 2 cables with a converter, or you can get cables that have got the RCA on one end and the normal plug on the other. That's probably the best way of doing it, thinking about it. So my team member Scott has got an answer for speakers. So another one here for you, my friend. I've recently bought the AKG K702s. They're great for production. They'll sound strange if you're not used to flat response open back headphones though. So yeah, a headphone tip. So AKG K702, thank you for that, Scott. Behringer flat monitor BH407 for around $50, I'm guessing. Audio Technica are much better, but they're $150. The C720 webcam is under $50. So there you go. One or two more questions then, and then I'll tell you about the Premiere, the free lesson we've got for you in just half an hour's time. Tractor Freaks bought a Victor 1080p webcam off Amazon for £26 to use for Twitch, and the picture is great. Well, there you go. There's a tip. Victor 1080p. Terence, hi Phil. I think I'll get those Pioneer HDJ X10s unless you say something different. Pioneer HDJ X10s are a great model, so nothing wrong with that. Which Serato, although for DJ, not for production, which Serato controller do you recommend, says Danny? Well, there's a big question. What you're looking for, Danny? Cheap, expensive, 2 channels, 4 channels, playing out as a mobile DJ, just using it at home? Going to need a bit more information for that before I can answer. Darren says, no question, I'm just to thank you. I'm reading the book, it's awesome. Oh, well, thank you very much, Darren. This is the book that Darren's talking about, of course. Rock the Dance Floor. So you get a free copy of this book. And all you've got to do is join Digital DJ Tips, which is also free. Hey, what can I say more? Head there, djtips.co/join, and I will give you a copy of this just for becoming our latest member. So you'll get a PDF download of my book, but you can also buy it on Amazon. You can also get it on Audible if you like audiobooks. You can also get the Kindle version, and it's in all good bookstores. I always wanted to be able to say that. So thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the book there. DJ Pepper says, I'm still hanging on to my non-subscription version of Algorithms DJ Pro. Any thoughts on Algorithms' path to gaining ground in the scene? Well, they're never going to be the number one DJ software, but they have a lot of great features. The new DJ Pro AI on the subscription version is awesome, where you can separate stems in real time. It's really, really cool. So yeah, I think they're doing some good things, and they're certainly going to be knocking around. Can't see them going anywhere very soon. Craig, I'm using Virtual DJ. How do you back up your playlists to where they will work on a different drive or computer? The important thing is you have to move your collection, not just copy it. You have to follow the instructions that Virtual DJ give you in the Virtual DJ manual, but the key is you move the whole collection, and you need to get the database as well as the music. It's not hard to do, but I can't give you step-by-step here on a live Q&A, but the Virtual DJ manual has got a section in it that tells you exactly how to do that. Tiffany, we're looking to get a controller as we have vinyl with DVS. Would you recommend Prime Go or DDJ 400? Neither, because neither will work with vinyl and DVS. You need a controller with standalone mixer capability. So you'll be looking for something like the Pioneer DDJ 1000. If you want to go that route, the DDJ 1000 SRT, if you want to go the Serato route rather than the Pioneer Record Box route, something like the DDJ SX3 for Serato, but it has to have standalone mixer capability. I don't know what software you're using, so it's hard to give you a solid recommendation, because you need to be able to put the audio into the channels of the controller. The controller will basically act as a MIDI controller for your software, but the mixer will be standalone. That's how it works with DVS. One or two more then. Is the house course available, says Rob? Yes, it is, as of like less than a day ago. We finally put it on public sale. If you're interested in our new house mixing mastery course, you can get it right now, a nice saving. Just go there, djtips.co/house, and find out about that course. It's just for a few days as a public launch. It's done extremely well with our students, but now it's on public launch. As I say, you get a nice launch offer if you're quick. Pete says playlists are stored in My Documents, so you should be able to copy the whole file over. Yeah, but there's probably just another little couple of things you've got to deal with to make it work on a new computer. But yes, that's the gist of it. You copy the whole file over, like telling it where the music is and stuff. But thanks for sharing that, Pete. And the final questions, what are your thoughts on scratching over house music? Yeah, absolutely fine. Just don't do it too much and make sure what you're doing sounds good. We have a whole course on that, of course. DJ Noof, how do you feel about the plague raves? It's so difficult. I think you stop young people going out for long enough and things are going to happen. I don't condone it, but I understand it. And I certainly, empathise. But I don't know if I'd have gone to those when I was younger. Maybe I'd have convinced myself it was all right. It's a hard one, isn't it? I don't think there's any easy answers to that, is the truth. Jarrett, hi Phil. The Den and DJ Prime lineup is great and superior to the current Pioneer stuff. But do they sell, or do people maybe wait for what Pioneer comes up with? You have any insight on the selling numbers? Oh, I know they've sold quite a lot of them, but Pioneer will obviously compete because that's what competitors do. Yeah, I don't see the Den and DJ Prime system going anywhere very soon, but Pioneer is still the dominant brand in DJing. That is for sure as of now. Our friends at Extendamix are saying, for the house music question, we have thousands of house music videos to choose from at Extendamix. There you go. So if you want videos as well as audio, that's where to look. Extendamix I can vouch for. They're great. They're a great pool. I'm just going to answer one or two more questions because I do have to go. In fact, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm being told in the other ear, so to speak, you have to go, you have to go. And the reason is we're preparing for a very special premiere today. If you, after this broadcast or in half an hour, go there, djtips.co/free mix, you can join the team and me while we play through a full, unedited lesson, a very cool lesson, the loop roll a cappella build lesson from our brand new house mixing mastery course. This is big news. The course has got 48 transition and mix examples in it across 32 lessons, and it's already done really, really well privately. It's now on public sale, and we've put a whole course on YouTube, or at least we will in half an hour, and we'll be premiering it with you. So come and join us. We'd love to hear your comments as we go along. I'm going to introduce it, and then we'll get straight into the lesson, and we will Steve is going to teach a whole lesson. We'll tell you what tunes to use. By the end of it, you will be able to do this awesome house transition. So why not? Come and learn with us. This weekend, you could be using that on your live streams or in your gigs if you're lucky enough to have them. And by the end of that 20-minute lesson, you will know how to do this. It's not just a show off. It's a proper step-by-step lesson. And we're going to be doing it at the top of the hour. So it's 5 p.m. London, 12 p.m. Eastern, basically in half an hour's time. Just go to djtips.co/free mix. Or just go to our YouTube channel if that's easier for you, and you'll see it there counting down to going live in half an hour's time. So we're really looking forward to doing that with and for you guys and girls. But I do have to go now. I'm very sorry for the people we could not help today, but my team will get to you in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. Yes, Facebook and YouTube. We'll answer all your comments there afterwards. And if you're watching the replay, you can still ask questions. We will answer them afterwards. Good luck in 30, says DJ99. Thank you very much. It's actually in 27 minutes now. I really do have to go. I'm going to get my wrists slapped. Thank you for being with us today, everyone. Look, get good, stay safe, make the moments, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.